In this video, we will show you how to configure the weather, upcoming events, and upcoming birthdays web parts. On the right-hand side of our Member Central page, we have what is referred to as our web parts, or also known as widgets. We have our upcoming weather, upcoming events, and upcoming birthdays. And I'm going to show you how you can actually configure those. First, we're going to start off by customizing our web parts. So if we scroll down our page, in order to work on a web part, you're simply going to click on the name of it. So we'll start with our weather page, and that's going to bring the drop down. So you have a few settings you can configure here. You can choose to include wind information if you like. For your location, simply put your city and state or province, unit of measure, Fahrenheit or Celsius, and days. So we can choose to show between a number of 0 to 5 days. However, the more information you are showing, the more your target audience is going to have to scroll. So we like to recommend maybe 2 or 3 days worth of upcoming weather. Then you have the city name. So whatever we enter here is what's actually going to display as the title for the web part. So you can go ahead and put your club name if you like, or you can put your city. Then once we're satisfied with that, just make sure we click this visibility box because that's what's actually going to enable this web part to appear on the page. Next, we have our calendar at a glance. So if we click there, the first option we have is to set the time frame in days that we want to display on the web part. This web part is actually pulling events from your calendar. So if it's busy time of the year and you have 2 or 3 events taking place per day, maybe we only actually want to show 7 days worth of events. Then you choose how many events you want displayed within that time frame. So again, maybe we have lots of events taking place, so within those 7 days, we want 30 events to display. You can choose to display those dates in short format if you like, and then we can pick the max events displayed per page. So if we actually navigate to the live site, and let's go to Member Central, let's take a look at that upcoming events web part. Here we can see we're actually only displaying 3 events per page. Again, it's to help eliminate that scrolling, and from here we can actually click on these little numbers to view the future events. So if we go back to the back end of our website, let's change that max events displayed per page to 3. Then you have the categories. We can choose to show all the types of events that are taking place at our club, or maybe you want to use a template with the web parts on your dining page. We can actually uncheck show all and select just dining, so only our dining events will actually show on the web part. However, let's change that to show all. In order to turn this web part on, we would also click visibility. However, keep in mind that if this is an everyone page, which we have set up now, only our members are actually able to see the upcoming events and birthdays web part. So maybe we decide we actually only want to use the weather web part on this page. I'm going to not check that visibility so we can leave it invisible. And let's click out of there. And lastly, we have the upcoming birthdays. This works very similar to your calendar at a glance web part, where we can set the time frame in days. Out of that time frame, how many birthdays will display, and how many birthdays you'd like displaying per page. Also, whether you want that web part visible on your page or not. In regards to the upcoming birthdays, in order for those birthdays to actually appear on this web part, they must be configured to be shown in the roster. So let's click out of there and go ahead and save our changes. Now, even though we have updated our web parts, you'll see that we don't see the weather appearing right now. In order to see that weather, you're simply going to switch to preview mode. So if we scroll down, there's our weather web part.